So on Sunday morning, we had talked about because of Ian Rappaport's report that Anthony Richardson was likely to miss the season because he was going to have shoulder surgery. And then yesterday, just last night, we had talked about how Anthony Richardson might not be having surgery. Coach had talked to the media. It sounded like they were still evaluating and surgery wasn't guaranteed at this point. And still, it's not guaranteed. But Stephen Holder just last night came out with his own report on ESPN. It said Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson is likely to miss the rest of the season and undergo shoulder surgery. Colts owner Jim Irsay tells me. So Stephen Holder has been good with the Colts for a while. He's been covering the Colts for as long as I can remember at this point. So he has that direct connection to Jim Irsay, and Jim Irsay specifically told him likely going to be out and undergoing shoulder surgery. But he also made sure to say on this same tweet that his sources have insisted that active conversations with doctors across the country are ongoing. So here we are again. It's Tuesday. Looks like Anthony Richardson is indeed going to be getting the surgery. And as much as it's going to suck to not have him as a starter and not to be able to watch him play football, I think this is the best thing for him, right? For what we know a grade 3 sprain is, right? Those ligaments are torn. Go ahead, fix the shoulder, make sure it's good, right? A lot of people have talked about, RG3 and comparing them to RG3. We had our own quarterback here with a shoulder injury. Okay, we all know and love Andrew Luck. We all know how that story went, and it's different circumstances, right? Andrew Luck's was because his O line couldn't hold up. When you look at Anthony Richardson, his all his injuries were from when he was running the ball. So different circumstances. This is going to be the best thing for him. Get that shoulder fixed. We're going to need him healthy. This also gives him time to mature and gives his body time to mature, right? For the hits that he's going to be taking. Anybody that's like 25 and older understands what I'm talking about when I talk about like the body is just different as you get older, right? From in your early 20s, you feel invincible, but when you get to more your mid 20s, that's when the body really is just tougher, right? It's just the way the body grows. So this is going to give him time for his body to grow, especially with the weight that he put on and as quickly as he put on weight as he was coming into the NFL, right? From 240 to 255. This will give his body time to mature, give him as a person and as a football player time to mature. He's going to have time to take more mental reps and continue to learn the system and all the verbiage, which he seems like he already got it down for the most part, but more time to learn, more time to get ingratiated with the guys on the team. And then by the time we're ready to play football next year, he's going to be completely 100% healthy. And that's exactly what we need going into next season as we continue to build this team around him. Colts have a lot of cap space going into next offseason. So it'll be interesting to see how they decide to build around Anthony Richardson next year. But for right now, there's another injury that we need to worry about, and that's going to be Alec Pierce with that shoulder. And at the moment, it seems that he's day to day. But the fact that he went out of the last game, he ended up coming out, with the shoulder pads off, had his shoulder all wrapped up. If he did miss this upcoming game, what would the Colts do? Well, we have KJ Hamler, who's now been here for a few weeks, and Anthony Miller on the practice squad. And if you look at who else we have on the active roster, it's Isaiah McKenzie and Amari Rogers. So it'll be interesting to see what we decide to do, right? A lot of these guys have similar body types, right? KJ Hamler coming off the practice squad, he's only 5'9". So a lot of these guys fit more that slot build, right? But then you have Anthony Miller, who's 5'11", which isn't super tall, but it's not as short as all these other guys. So maybe they decide to bring him up, give him reps out there. Maybe it's Amari Rogers because he has more experience. You think about what he did in college, some of the stuff he's done in the NFL. He has more experience specifically on the outside. Maybe Isaiah McKenzie because he has more experience just generally playing in the NFL. Going to be interesting to see what we decide to do at wide receiver. I'd be interested to know what you guys think we should do at wide receiver. You let me know down in the comments section. I think there's a good chance Anthony Miller gets brought up again because of his body type, because he's more of an outside guy. You can put him out there. I think it makes sense to bring him up from the practice squad if Alec Pierce has to miss this upcoming game. And it's like we talked about when we picked him up. Like, I think there's a lot of potential there, right? Like, he's not on anybody's team and sitting on our practice squad right now for a reason, but he's shown in the past that when he can stay healthy, he can be somebody that can produce. Right. And in Chicago, he didn't really have much of an opportunity because they never really have good quarterbacks up there. Right. Coming in here, he has Shane Steichen calling the plays. Gardner Minshew, who, yeah, just had the worst game of his career. But before this last game, everybody was saying he was the best backup in the league. I think that's still the case. So it's not the worst situation, maybe the best situation that he's been in as a wide receiver. So we'll continue to monitor this situation through the week and see what's going to happen. Of course, going to be on top of Alec Pierce and see if he's going to be playing. I really like that the last couple weeks, I know he's not getting a ton of catches, but he's doing different stuff over the last couple of weeks. And I like that he's getting the ball in different situations closer to the line of scrimmage rather than just getting the deep shots. And maybe here in the future, as he continues to run those drag routes and do the comeback routes and stuff like that, like getting the ball in those situations will help maybe open up some stuff downfield. But again, a situation that we will continue to monitor. And then another situation to monitor is our climb to 1,000 subscribers. At the time I'm recording this video, we are now only 5 subscribers away. So if you're somebody that enjoys the content, comes by the channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate everybody that's helped us get to this point and getting up to 1,000. This is a huge milestone in YouTube. All right, but with that said, that's going to wrap this one up. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.